Welcome back, everybody, to the Lighthearted Banter podcast. Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Peyton Pike.
And I'm Nicholas Hongit.
And we're getting ready for an excellent half hour to 45 minutes of just lighthearted banter.
Hey, we're going to try.
That's all we can do.
Bad YouTuber.
I'm not a good YouTuber, that's for sure. No, the last time I posted a video? Me neither. It's been too long.
Yeah.
After this, we do plan on burning some tennis balls. Stay tuned for that. Link will be in the description.
Yeah. Highly flammable. I had a buddy of mine at work tell me he took strike anywhere matches, which are matches you can strike anywhere, hence the name, strike anywhere matches. And they cut a tennis ball open and put like a buttload of the match heads in there that just strike anywhere.
Just they just cut off the match
cut them off,
whatever.
put them in there, super glued back together, threw it on the ground, fireball. Like it just exploded. Not really explode, but like it bounced down the road on fire.
If
and they
you
were
really
like,
badly want to see us do that, click the title card in this corner.
we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do that. I'm literally free next week at the same time, so
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's the goal.
No, I think we should definitely set more stuff on fire. We don't burn enough
You
stuff.
think we should set more stuff on fire? Wesley thinks we should shoot my cars.
That's a good idea too, honestly.
Yeah, when I had that Cadillac, he was all like, dude, let's go shoot the Caddy. It's just sitting out there. We can just go light it up. And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen.
Why not though?
Well, you got me.
You got a blammy,
You
so
got
to
me.
speak. It's a BB gun.
Yeah, the old Red Ryder
That'd be fun. It would do almost no damage.
would do no damage.
Oh man. It's been a wild week. Do you have anything off the top of your head that you'd want to share or get into? Because I could bring up a story that I have from work recently.
Go ahead.
So I work at Target.
Well, there's this one time.
Oh yeah, you're right. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. No,
Tell your story.
That's just a joke.
No, it's fine. I work at Target.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the story. No, I'm just kidding. I work at Target. I work in the stationery or the seasonal sections, like kind of both, at Target as a general merchandise team member, which just means I deal with the shit, with the stuff. And I was working, and we have a seasonal section right now for back to school, and I was stocking markers. We just have so many Crayola markers crammed into this one spot on the shelf, and I was cramming more of them in. And I look to my right, which is like down the aisle towards like the entrance of the store, so almost. And this guy is just walking with a dog, not allowed. It's not like it's not like a health dog. It's not like a service dog. It's just a dog.
Yeah.
And he's walking up, and not to profile or anything, but this guy, he was like kind of a white trash kind of guy. Like he looked like he was sketchy or up to something. And then he continued to look like that because he walked past a display of goldfish on a shelf. And just walked past and just ran his arm through it, just knocked them all down. Just didn't even phase him. He just kept walking. He was like, sorry, my bad, my arm slipped. And I was like, what the fuck? And he kept walking. And he walked a little bit further. He knocked down a couple more goldfish. He goes, my bad, guys, the dog, I can't help it. And we're like, what the fuck? And he walked up just down this aisle, and everyone was just staring at him. He looked at me right in the face. And he said, hey, buddy, you got a great ass. And I just stared at him. He was just like, I'm just being honest, dude. And he smiled and he kept on walking, and then he went a little further and he kicked something and goes, sorry. And he just wound up continuing through the store. He wound up to the electronics department. He was kicking a box of a TV, blaming it on his dog before like anyone from Target was there to stop him. It was just an interesting experience.
Why didn't you guys stop him? You guys are people from Target.
Well, I'm not like a boss person from Target.
Doesn't matter. You're still an associate.
Well, yeah, but like, first of all, I was assaulted, like verbally assaulted, right? So I was in no mental state. Don't laugh at the victim, Nick. You're better than that.
No.
He assaulted me. I felt violated. I actually did.
But
I'm not
you're also like,
that.
I do have a nice ass.
Yeah, it was nice to hear. It was nice to hear, but not in that context,
Have you ever seen the movie where...
Oh, we're getting a call.
Hello. Hey, you want to come over and be part of this podcast?
Hey Peyton Tubers, this is Peyton in Post. He didn't come, so instead of the rest of this phone call, here's this image. Now please enjoy the rest of the podcast.
It's kind of rude.
But back to what I was saying. Have you ever seen the movie Orgasmo?
I don't think I have.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone, people who make South Park, they
Funny
did it.
guys.
So they have 3 movies, right? They have Basketball, hilarious. Team America World Police with the puppets, hilarious. And the third one, Orgasmo. It's about a Mormon who goes to Hollywood to try to spread the word of whatever his fucking name is, the Mormon man. John, I think.
It's
F. Scott Fitzgerald. But
not quite. It's
Montague.
it's Jeremiah. It's
Sure.
Ezekiel. It's
Nope,
something.
that's Jesus. Well, anyway,
Latter-day Saints.
he becomes basically an actor
Mm-hmm.
for the porn industry as
Oh.
a Mormon guy. But he doesn't have sex with anybody. They always have stunt cocks. And there's one time where the scene's getting ready to get hot and heavy, and this big black dude comes in to be his stunt cock. And the director's just like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, what's your stunt cock, dude? And he goes, do you not see a difference between Orgasmo and this guy right here?
Uh-huh.
No? Alright, fuck it, shoot it. But anyway, there's this guy. I think Trey Parker's the one who plays this character. But he always, he's like a sound guy for the porn industry, but he's always, like, overdoing it. Like, the director's like, alright, now start sucking his cock. And he's like, yeah. You suck that cock! Like, and he's, God damn it, you fucked up the audio. I'm sorry, I just get excited. And he always says, like, shit that's like, hey, not to be gay or anything, but, like, those shoes look really cool. Says shit that's not even, homosexual,
Yeah,
right?
you can't even interpret it as such.
Yes. But it gets worse, though, as it goes on. So he goes, I sound like a fag or anything? You have a really nice ass. And then there's one part where he goes, I sound gay or anything? But I'd totally like to have sex with you tonight. And he's saying all this to a dude.
Okay.
And there's one part at the end of it, this building's burning down, and this other guy walks up to him and goes, yeah, not to sound like a homo or anything, but I think fires are really romantic. And he goes, he looks at him, because he's now in love with this dude.
Yeah.
But when you said that guy goes, hey, you got a nice ass, that reminded me of, hey, not sound like a fag or anything, you have a really nice ass.
He did kind of do that. He shrugged it off. He was like, hey, I'm just being honest, man. And the girls I worked with seemed to agree. So, like they did me a favor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everybody started getting handfuls of Peyton ass.
Yeah, they were just
Pass.
walking up and grabbing it.
Yeah, I'll take a pass.
Funny things. All right, we're gonna speed run some questions here.
Okay.
I am going to pull up. I don't have any questions prepared. That's what's going to make this more fun. Pull up a timer.
I like how my immediate is the Office skit where they're like, all right, fuck, kill, marry. Pam, yeah, I'd also like to fuck Pam. Like, they're all like, yeah, I'd pick Pam too.
I'd bang Pam.
Have you seen, Meat Canyon, right?
What am I gonna say? I guess I don't.
Well, the guy who makes like the really awful animated stuff, the Bugs Bunny, that's like,
Oh,
tight
okay.
little man.
I know
pussy
some of
on
his
the
work.
bunch.
yeah, some of his stuff. But he has one about The Office, and Michael Scott's like, I too want to fuck Pam. And it's so fucking hilarious.
That's really fucking funny.
Question.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna speed run. This is speed round questions. So it's a speed round that we're gonna speed run.
Minecraft.
We have 10 seconds for each question. I'm gonna ask a question. Start the timer. Actually, I changed my mind. 5 seconds. 5 seconds for each question.
I also have something we can do after this.
Alright, here's one. How was your day today? Go.
Awful. That's it. Why are you still timing?
Next.
Alright.
Next. Why was your day awful?
You. I'm joking.
2 seconds on the clock. Okay. Turn off. Next question.
Why don't you do a stopwatch? Dummy. Instead of doing a timer.
Well, because I want it to sound off when I'm done.
Okay.
Dude. Next question.
Sorry, bro. You gotta be able to think of fucking questions, dude.
I want to think of something funny. What does your shirt stand for?
BFC, Best Friends Club.
Is that it?
No.
Time's up. Okay. What was your favorite Webkins and why?
I never messed around with Webkins.
Well, you gotta pick one.
The blue one.
Nice. How sad were you really when Club Penguin shut down?
I was slightly upset that I played it like once during my childhood. You should ask a question where it requires like a long, deep thought and answer, and you're like, okay, 2 seconds.
Okay. Given the current geopolitical climate of the United States, where do you think the death penalty falls on the list of things for the United States to implement? 3 seconds left.
You started the time.
1 second.
2.
Excellent job.
You said
next question.
Ask the 10-second long question. You're out of time.
Next question. Have you seen Small Soldiers?
What the fuck is Small Soldiers?
It's a movie with David Cross.
Nope, haven't seen it.
Okay. Next question. Do you want to ask me questions now?
Sure, but I would much rather do my thing.
And what's your thing? 1 second.
No, my thing is I did this with my buddy that I pick up for work sometimes. I like that though. That was fun. It would be better if we had questions written out.
We gotta take.
We're starting a segment.
We really could. We could just take 10 minutes right now, or just a few minutes right now, and
write out questions. You know, leave it in the comments below. Questions to ask.
Yeah, let us know what you want to hear us answer next week, guys.
We should make an email for this podcast.
Probably should.
So we can send shit to us.
We'll make an email and just make an actual podcast account, so it's not like Peyton Tuber. It would be Lighthearted Banter. Yeah, that's what I am. I've kind of just embraced that as my YouTube personality now.
Well, what me and Rick did,
Who's Rick?
Ricardo Hernandez.
4 seconds.
Kid that I went to school with.
2 seconds.
He's Mexican. No, but we did this thing where if you could have, like, one person says, I'd like to have this power, and the other person says, okay, but every time you use that power, this happens. So, for example, he said super speed, and I said you trip randomly. And it's not like you trip and skid, you dead stop.
You fall over.
Yeah. And he goes, dude, that's fucking awful. What if I'm trying to catch someone who's falling off a building and it's like, far away? I'm like,
there's a chance.
Pick up your feet, bud.
Yeah. That's a good one. Okay. Do you have any off the top of your head or anything?
Flying. Well, what? And then you say the negative
I would say, okay, so you have the power to fly, but you can't stop bugs from getting in your teeth.
Even if I close my mouth?
Yeah. I guess.
No.
I don't know how to prevent that from blocking the bugs. But that's the catch. I mean,
even if I wear a face mask, no, they still hit your face.
Yeah, you can't help it.
You can only hover. You can only fly 2 feet off the ground.
That's not what I said. I said the bug thing.
Fuck you. But
okay.
No, you said.
You have X-ray vision.
So when you use your X-ray vision, you have to have your eyes closed, and it slowly burns through your eyelids every time you use it.
Oh, does it stack? Like your eyelids become damaged because of this?
Yes.
So you kind of have a limited amount of time to
Yes.
use it ever.
Well, yeah, but then you can get artificial eyelids, and then it burns through those.
So you still have a limited amount of time.
Yes, but you just have to pay money to replace your eyelids.
Can you do that? Do they have plastic surgery for eyelids?
I hope so.
Yeah, we better look that up before. I'm gonna press pause on this.
No.
One. I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
You only have about a year's worth of time. You know what? No artificial eyelids. You only have a year's worth to use your power, and you know it.
Oh, and I've got to make the most of it within that year.
Yes.
Interesting. Quick question.
Yes.
How immoral? I'm not even gonna ask it.
You can go awful, dude. When I was doing this with my buddy, I got dark. He goes, "What the fuck? Like, why would you even? Why?" And I'm like, "It'd be funny."
That just nulls any argument that he had. If it's funny, I mean.
Yeah.
Quick question: is this a game? Are we then you're gonna say the power, I'll say the but, and then are you gonna then say I'll still do it or not? Is that how we're playing it? Or is it just the game is just to create something funny?
We can let's do it if we still decide to have the power.
Yeah,
that'd be funny because we're
you're
Do I really want to have
worth
18 babies get crushed by a dump truck if I go to fly? Yes.
Okay.
Do I know the babies?
Oh, that makes a difference. Okay, next one. Is it my turn to say the thing?
Yeah. No, it's my turn to say power.
Your turn to say the power.
Is it?
Yes, it is actually, because I said the.
Actually, it is. Yeah. So we're gonna say telekinesis. Be able to move shit. Is that telekinesis? Is that telepathy? Is where you can read minds.
Yeah, I think that's
telekinesis.
Right.
Yeah, telekinesis. You can like, move shit. The force.
With your telepowers.
With your mind.
But it can only be shit. Like actual feces. It can only. You said you can move shit with your mind. So you can only move fecal matter.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Not doing that?
No,
like,
you could really help
You
could do a lot of shit with moving shit. You can get like the ultimate cleanup job at like a zoo. Just fucking.
Just snap your fingers and it all comes to you in like a ball. And you can just dispose of it.
You're a human dung beetle, essentially.
Except with psycho powers to control the shit.
Now, if someone has shit inside their bowels, could you move that inside of them?
Oh. That's kind of like some
that's like blood. I was going to say it's like blood bending.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say
then
yes.
Yeah,
you can.
Because if I can rip somebody's shit out of their body.
But the less shit like it is within their body, the harder it is to move. Like once it has entered their colon, like it starts to become shit.
Yeah, I'm talking like if someone says, "God, I have to shit," I'm acting.
You can jiggle.
Like I'm like, I got you.
You look at them and you just start wiggling.
You ever have instant diarrhea? No.
It just falls out of your asshole. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it if you don't. Can I have it?
No, that's why I asked that question. I'm gonna do it.
Cool. My turn to say the power.
Yes.
You can immediately count something. Like if there's a stack or something, you know how many are
there.
What
kind of fucking power is that?
Really useful.
Where?
Maybe you're at a casino and you need to count cards. You can instantly know how many cards are in the deck and what they are. I'll say that.
That's different. Like you know what it is, like in the stack. Because if you can just count something, that's stupid.
No, that's not stupid. That's so practical.
For a math teacher,
what if you're working for what if you work for the police department and you raid a drug den and there's a fuck ton of money? You don't want to sit there and count that money all night.
They have machines to do that.
You're faster than machines. So they hire you. You look at the pile and you say $17,482.
Why would they know? So what I'm asking is with this power, because you're saying you can just count something. You're not saying you know what it is. Like for my magic cards on the counter, for example, look at one of the stacks and say, yeah, there's 1,232 cards.
There's not. There's 748.
Okay, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Can you tell me, like, because by just saying being able to count, that's not saying being able to tell what card is what.
Yeah.
So, like, is it just the counting, or is it being able to tell what card is what?
Okay, I did bring up the telling what they are.
Yeah.
But it makes it a little harder and funnier to only be able to count it. I think it's perfectly legit.
No, that's fine. If it is it just counting or is it knowing like what it is?
We're gonna say knowing. We're gonna go with knowing at this point. So you can instantly for recap, since we talked about that for way too long.
No, I had to know because this determines
you
the
can look at a stack or a pile of something and know what's there and how much.
Know what it is and how much is there.
How many is there?
Okay, so.
Don't ask me how. It's just that is what is happening.
When you do that, you always get one aspect of it wrong. Like, say if there's 92 cards there, you always get at least one of the things wrong.
At least one?
Yeah.
Always.
And you don't know what it is.
And I don't know which one.
Yeah, it's either the quantity is off by like a few numbers or one of the specifics inside the quantity is off.
Man, if the quantity were off a few numbers, that could be devastating in some circumstances.
Like what?
Imagine.
How much milk to buy?
Imagine. Yeah, because like you go to make a cake,
cakes, and you need 30 gallons of milk,
and you miscount,
and you just grab a stack of milk.
Stack of milk, and you just pick it up, pick up the stack, and you walk to the checkout, and you go through it, and it's the wrong number.
And you're like,
so
shit!
You gotta either go back.
You have the embarrassment of walking back. Damn, I thought I had 36, but I only had 35.
I don't know if I can do it, Nick. I think I'm gonna have to say no.
I think I could do it. Because it'd be funny if you're like, yeah, there's $762 there. There's only $7 here. My bad.
You could be that wrong. So you don't have the power. Like, you just made the power not the power. You're just guessing. You're just guessing, and you're not even good at guessing. No, I don't want that power.
I'll take it. Because, hey, ain't changing anything in my daily life.
But it does give you something to talk about at a party. Be like, hey, I can guess how many red Solo cups are there.
Side note right here. You remember Carson Gilpin?
I remember Carson Gilpin.
So there was one time we were, I had just walked into just got in there, and he was one of the, cocky kids in middle school. You know what I'm talking about, right? You guys know what
I was there.
But, he was down there counting money. Like, a fucking stack of money that a 12-year-old had. Like, why the fuck? Or a 13-year-old or something.
You're laughing, but you...
I walk in there. I said, I go, I bet I can guess how much money you have. He goes, no, you fucking can't. I said, yeah, I can. I go, slap me with it. And he fucking whops me, dude. I'm like, $729. He goes, how the fuck did you know? Guessed it, dude. And I've never guessed anything that accurate in my life.
You never will again.
Yeah, he didn't. He goes, you heard me count it. I said, dude, I just got here. He goes, whatever, man. I don't believe it. I'm like,
fine, give me the money. Like, I win.
All right, my power time.
Your power time.
Huh. The ability to teleport, like Nightcrawler. So,
okay.
And with Nightcrawler, you can teleport anywhere you don't know, but that gets you killed.
You just die?
Well, you could teleport and you're halfway in a table and you get cut in half.
Oh, because you don't know for sure.
Because you don't know what the layout is. So, it's more beneficial to know where you're going. That's what I'm based off of. Teleporting places I know the layout of.
Okay.
Whether it's from memory or I see a blueprint or something. And
whenever you teleport, if you teleport and somebody sees you appear, you immediately piss your pants.
I'll take it. That's funny.
Like, you relieve yourself.
Like, instantly.
And you can't stop it. So, if you have a lot of urine... if you have a lot of urine, you have to stand there and wait for it to all squeeze out.
Eye contact?
Like, he's sorry, I'm sorry.
Is that force? Is the eye contact force? Like,
I'm not...
You're pissing.
It is actually forced. Like, if you teleport into the room and there's somebody in the room, you've just got to stare at them and pee your pants.
And only they can break the eye contact, and 95% of the time they will not.
Will you do it?
Yeah. Hey, 100%.
No, 95%. That's what you said.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay, cool. Alright. Your superpower is you can throw things incredibly accurately. Like pinpoint precision. Baseball, football, if you see or point out a specific point, you will hit it every single time.
Like, no matter how far, how close.
Relatively far. Like, you have a really good arm. But not like...
So you're just a pitcher for baseball.
No, it's not like you... Okay. What I'm saying is, you aren't superhuman strength, but you're superhuman accurate. Okay. So you couldn't necessarily throw any further than, like, the furthest a football has ever been thrown. You can throw it more accurately than anybody else has ever thrown it.
Okay. You're blind.
Because what I was thinking about was, I'd say, yeah, and I could join a baseball team or play football.
Blind.
So being blind, does that mean I can't know? Like, somebody says, hit this point, and I'm like...
No. They can tell you where it is, but they have to be super specific on, like, hey, it's about 20 yards in front of you, there's a slight breeze. Like, it gets down to, like, mathematical shooting a bullet 2 miles away. Like, you're blind. Like, not just when you use the power. All the time. Like...
I knew that. Like, I figured that's what you meant. Like, you're just
only when you use the power. No.
Damn it.
Yeah,
so I decide. So hypothetically, I decide to throw a dart. at a bullseye because I can't see where the dartboard is. There's a chance I don't know where the bullseye is, so I run.
You could be
So it's
facing
like-
the wrong way.
But the accurate part is where I mean to throw it. I will throw it where I mean to every single time.
Yeah.
It's just I can't guarantee I'm.
You can't guarantee you're hitting your target. Like, you can say, okay, say if the dartboard was like right here, right?
Yeah.
You could be facing right there, and you throw it, and it will line up with the bullseye of the dartboard, but it won't be your target. Like, you just don't know where your target
But
is.
if I'm situated
Unless if
right,
somebody
and
says,
I know,
hey, turn to your left 60 degrees, there's a slight breeze from the fan on the ceiling here, like that, yeah.
then I can just knock them out.
Yeah, but you are blind. Permanently.
You cannot see.
Like the guy at Rift.
I could become the world's greatest con man with this. If I go to booths at the fair, I just went infinite stuffed animals. I sell those stuffed animals back to the booths, and I make money that way.
They wouldn't buy them back.
Well, they've got to buy them from somewhere.
They'll buy them from me.
I'm the supplier. Did I mention I'm really good at business? The superpower?
No.
I am. So, there you go.
There's one power I'm waiting for you to say, but I'm not going to tell you
I'll say what
because
it
it's not
is.
going to be as funny.
Oh, well, why do you even bring it up?
Shut up. My power is the power I'm saying. You can play. Not really power. It's just just super talent. I guess we've got to be tapped that power. Any instrument you can pick up and play instantly, like you know what you're doing, but you don't.
Yeah.
Like if I'm walking down the street and I see a drum set, right, from a street performer, I'm like, hey, can I give it a whack? Get on there, I'm fucking better than anybody else. Never played drums before in my life.
You're horribly off rhythm. You can play it perfectly,
You're just
but
slightly,
never on beat.
like no. I don't want that one. That's one I'm not.
An aficionado. Mozart's concertos.
You can be chair one violinist in the
Mhm.
Philharmonic,
but you just don't.
but you're just
just not.
slightly you're off rhythm. Just
and you can tell.
Yeah.
You can always tell.
Everybody can tell, but they never say anything because you're not that off rhythm. But
because you're really really good too.
But you're that off rhythm to where it just sounds awful. But you're not that off rhythm to where they fire you. You're still making the shit ton of money from being chair number one.
So do you do it?
No. I'd rather do the teleport and piss my pants than be off rhythm.
That's a good one. Okay. Let's do a couple more and then we'll think of another setup for us to do here. So your superpower. I'm trying to get creative since this is going to be one of the last ones. Like I'm trying to get really smart at it. Okay. You can do anything. Your superpower is you are God, the all-powerful.
But you're not real.
Ah, man.
Okay, hold up. Never
Hold
mind.
on.
Checkmate,
Hold on.
atheist.
Hey. Hold on. No.
Put a pin in it.
Put a pin in that. Here's the superpower. You know how some people are just able to remember everything that ever happens to them? If you know it, if you hear a song, you will forever just be able to instantly know what song that is based off of a note. Because once you hear it, right?
Yeah, you hear one note, you know the song when it was made.
You know everything about it.
Okay. It's a really dumb fucking
Yeah,
power.
I know. I don't know. Trying to be creative, it didn't work the right way.
I was gonna say there's a 25% chance that you could be wrong on what song it is, but I'm like, that's just guessing. We've already done.
Guessing. I could think of a better one. I thought of a better one.
Go ahead, please.
Okay.
I can't think of a confident.
You can change your body's structure from between on a slider from 0% muscle to 100% muscle and 0% fat to 100% fat.
So
A
you're basically
slider.
body customization.
Body customization instantly. I could just instantly be one big hulking fucking muscle, or just a fat lard, and I get to choose.
when you do that, except for your normal body type that looks great in, real life graphics, it goes to like Xbox generation graphics of like kind of rough edged like muscles, like like fucking Tomb Raider with like the pointy
with like
boots.
The polygons.
Yeah, it's like that. Like when you get jacked, you're fucking like very edged out, and when you get real skinny, you're edged out, except for your normal form. You look normal. So if you decide to be fucking, The Rock, you're just a fucking.
I'm just like a bunch of cubes.
Yeah.
I'm still The Rock, though.
No, you're still you, but.
No, I didn't mention that.
No.
I forgot to mention
I didn't say that. I am
I
Andre
can
the
turn
Giant.
into The Rock, specifically him.
I can turn into anybody named Dwayne Johnson.
Do you do it?
No.
Yeah. Oh. Alright.
My ability here. You're a master carpenter. Like, build it instantly. Like, takes with any job you can get done within a day. Like, you're just super efficient, super fast. Only you. Nobody else.
You get a really bad splinter every single time. Every single time you work on something related to carpentry, you just get the worst splinter and you can't get it out.
Like, ever. Like it stays in my body.
Eventually, it gets pushed out of your body at some point, but it's there for weeks.
What movie is that where they talk about that? Where your body just pushes it out naturally.
Oh, man.
It's a little girl that says it. Whatever, go on.
It sounds familiar.
Thanks, Adam Sandler.
It might be. But yeah, like that's the situation. Like every single time you go to build a bench, you get a splinter in your finger and it's stuck in there.
You did above the nail? Nope, not doing it.
It could be anywhere. Like you don't know where you're gonna get the splinter.
Nope, not doing it.
That kills it for you?
Yes.
Cool.
Like if it was like in the palm, like every time, I can do that. That's fine.
Palm
Like
sucks. That's
it does suck. But if it was like there or even like like on the foot or like right here on the thumb, but you did above the fingernail.
That was just my gesture. It wasn't my intended gesture, but yeah, like
you did it. It ruined it. It killed me.
Well, cool. That's it for that one.
I was hoping you were gonna say I could read minds. I was hoping you were gonna say that because I would have responded with, but it only works on you.
So you can only read your own mind.
Yes.
Wow, that's kind of deep. That's kind of useful.
That's just thinking. You're not doing anything. You're just thinking.
No. You don't understand because if you're thinking and reading your own thoughts, you're getting inside yourself a way even you don't know.
That's stupid.
No, it's not. Listen,
because I got this from a video. Damn it, that I saw on the TikTok.
We're making a video. Damn it! So I'm telling you.
Well, because this guy was like, it's like you're a new kid at a superhero high school, and this popular kid walks up to you. Hey man, what's your power? I can read minds. Oh cool. Can you read mine? No, it only works on me. That's just thinking, dumbass. And it's like you don't get it. And he walks away.
You don't get it.
And there's another.
It's way deeper than just thinking.
There's another one.
Okay.
Where this guy's like, oh, cool, what's your power? And he goes, I can make the world go dark at any time. He goes, oh, really do it? And he goes, all right. He goes, you just closed your eyes, dumbass. Like, that's not a power. You don't get it. And they just walk away.
That one's not a power.
Either is thinking.
Well, thinking is a power. So it separates us from the monkeys.
They think.
Differently.
Not cognitive.
We're also able to speak.
They can. Sign language.
Here's one.
That's a language.
Here's one. You can emulate any sound with your vocal cords. Like, with your own voice, you can just make any sound that you hear.
But you can only work on the set of Police Academy. Do you know why I'm saying that?
No, why are you saying that?
There's an actor on there who does nothing but just sound effects. Like, that's what he does, like the siren noises, like, for the cop car through, like, a megaphone and all this stuff. I forget his name, but
his name's Peyton Pike. I'm gonna do it.
No, but that's just he's
That's
only me. And that's it. And that was made in like the 90s, I think.
I couldn't tell you.
Check it.
We'll pull it up. We'll link it in the description.
No.
We won't. I won't do that.
All right.
Fuck the description.
Police Academy came out in 1984, and we're looking for Michael Leslie Winslow. Now back to the podcast.
Next segment, 35 minutes down.
35 minutes down.
That's it for the podcast.
Yay, podcast.
That's the intro. Yay, podcast.
That's actually a good idea. Oh, I'm gonna. Yay, podcast. I might use that for the intro. You'll see. You guys will notice from the beginning. You'll get to this point. You'll be like, You'll literally be like Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie that he's in. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I love that movie.
Do you remember the meme I'm talking about? Where he's like, yep. You guys are going to be like that with that audio.
If you haven't watched it, here's a spoiler. I like it when Brad Pitt kills the hippies.
Oh my god.
Was that the hat I broke?
I don't know if you broke this hat or not.
I think it was.
Oh, you might have. No. It's not broken anymore. Fixed it. Cleaned it. What do you guys think? Hat forwards?
Yes.
Or hat backwards?
Forwards.
What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm only gonna wear it forwards because I feel like it, not because somebody told me to.
You better have this uploaded by tomorrow.
I will not.
I hate you.
Probably by this time next week I find out. So
I got a new traffic cone to join my collection.
You did. I didn't talk about it earlier. Figured it'd make great podcast material.
But
we have traffic cones. Should I bust it out?
No, it's okay. It's kind of heavy.
It kind of looks like a big phallic.
But I always grab one when I go longboarding with some of my buddies. We all have a little tiny traffic cone, like a little orange one. My buddy has one of the barricades, the wooden barricades that are like that.
Yeah, that's weird though. I'm one of your buddies. I haven't.
Well, you don't go longboarding. Not with me. At nighttime in Columbus, Indiana.
I've never been invited.
You have though.
I did go one time.
You have. You've been invited. You don't live here. I don't think you're gonna drive here when it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night to go longboarding. But I'd like the
invite. You're not a good friend.
Get out of my house. Hey. Out of my house.
Podcast isn't over yet.
No, it's over.
Kicks it. Fucking dies. I'm just saying, dude. Next time, just give me a shout out.
Just shout out.
Hey,
shout out followers.
Peyton.
Shout out. Shout out followers. I hate you. But the next on the goal was a big barrel, the big orange barrel.
Just go to any skate park. Say all.
Well, there's one up on the road.
Oh well, go there too. Get that.
Yeah.
Take my socks off. Not for the fetish people though. Just because I'm more comfortable with my socks off. This is your apartment. Can I take my socks off?
Okay.
Okay. New superpower. You can take your socks off without permission from your friends.
But then you ask for permission from your friends right after you do.
I'm gonna do it. I like that power.
Alright, what's next?
What's next? Well, I've got a few. These are old ideas.
Alright, let's talk about it.
These are like.
Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna run through the list. Some of them are better than others. Goals and aspirations. We could just talk about different things that we're working towards, like a little bit of a self-help session, kind of, sort of, not quite. I don't know why I said that. How quarantine has been for us. This was from a while ago when it was still like quarantine.
Yeah.
Guys.
How quarantine was for us.
Quarantine.
We could do that.
Favorite thing of the week game. It's not really. We can make it a game. I don't remember what I envisioned for the game, but like just like something that happened this week.
Just a segment, like favorite thing of the week.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't my favorite thing of the week, but it's something that happened.
Okay. It's a good start.
So I recently had an anniversary with my girlfriend.
Please tell more.
No, that's it. That's not my favorite thing of the week, but it's something that happened. No. When we were walking into the hotel, on the outside, when we walked in at like the little, you know how hotels have like pamphlet kiosk things of like, hey, here's something to do in the city.
Yeah.
We walked in after we just went and got dinner and stuff for our anniversary, which a place called the Yard House. Delicious. Highly recommend.
Where's that?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Like right under the Circle Mall. But we walked in, there's this old black man, just old head, standing there, ass hanging out. We walked in, and he was like one of the old dudes that like walk like this, like he was like that,
yeah,
and just ass out, like shorts here, ass crack halfway up his back, like he's always bent over, so you always see it.
Why is his ass out?
And we walked in, I don't know. I was gonna ask the dude.
Somebody put his ass away.
Yeah, put his ass up. But that happened. It wasn't my favorite thing, but it happened.
Yeah, wasn't my favorite thing either. But I was in Target and I was working. And
tell this story again. I swear to God.
It's okay. I'll think of a different story then. Never mind. sorry, off the top of my head. Other ideas for weekly things include favorite movies or game or music of the week. We could talk about music.
Alright.
So I've been listening to Dreamland by Glass Animals, and I don't know if you listen to Glass Animals. I don't think you do.
No.
I've never shown you Glass Animals.
No.
One of my favorite groups, and they released this new album. Super good. Super, super good. I've been listening to it for like 3 weeks now because it came out the 7th.
The Sabbath?
The 7th.
Okay.
This is being recorded on the 24th of August, 2020, in case you were curious. Nobody was. But
I saw your Google image up there. Like your icon.
My Yoda.
That's funny.
It is funny. It's this image of Yoda. It's pretty funny. I'm gonna
Put it over here.
Oh yeah, I guess some people. I don't think
It's
anyone's
this
listen to
image,
audio.
and you're just right here.
It's this image.
You have to put it on the opposite side before you point.
Okay, so this is where I'm pointing.
You have it changed
image is
every
actually-
time. It's this image. It's over here. It's this image, and it's like over there.
Nope.
It's this image, and just nothing pops up.
I can't. Did you get it? Oh, you did. Oh, you let it free. Fuck.
Fucking.
I'm gonna edit that. I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing that.
This is mainly just for YouTube. That part was mainly just for YouTube.
Yeah, if anyone happens to listen to this on the audio, I'm sorry for you. Yeah, look at those ideas. They're all old. They aren't recent because I didn't know. I hadn't been thinking about podcasts. We hadn't done one of those.
Okay, we're just favorite childhood snack.
Favorite childhood snack. I don't know if it was my number one favorite, but I adored fruit roll-ups.
You adored them?
I adored fruit roll-ups. Like adore. ADORE.
I know, but like I don't think you'd use the word adore in that sense.
Because
Because like it's like, oh, I adore it when you do this for me. I think that's just like a level of great like appreciation, which I guess you could appreciate
I do.
a fruit roll up, but you get where I'm coming from, like why I'm
I
saying
loved
it's kind
those
of
fruit
weird.
roll-ups.
That's fine, but saying like I adored fruit roll ups, it's like
Fuck off.
I adore that jacket on you.
Fuck off. I said fuck off.
Okay. Oh, calm down.
Sorry.
Is that it? Is that your...
Well, you just asked, and you just cut me off, and you asked me before then, you cut me off again, and so I'm not gonna say anything. Look at that camera.
Logan's mom is coming. My favorite. Are you done with your childhood?
Yeah, I
snack?
guess so. No, I'm not actually. No, fuck off. What's your favorite childhood snack, Nick? Name one. Was it Sunny D? Was it?
It was a type of chips. They only buy in Seymour now. But my family knows, because my family started watching this, by the way. Because I told them about it. They're like, I'll send a link. And I was like, alright. So I sent it. And they all say consistency on talking. Which is, we knew.
Yeah.
Are very scattered all over the place. But,
What is talking?
yeah, chips, man. They're ultimate cheddar mix of what's the type of the chip brand that makes the shit with like the Doritos, the Cheetos, the Sun Chips, the pretzels?
You're thinking the Munchies.
Yeah, but there's a Munchies version of ultimate cheddar mix, and it used to be like a Quaker's.
I think I just had that recently. I bought it at Target.
It has
actually.
like the
It has
bread
little Quaker.
round, the Quaker squares, the little hexagon things.
Because they're like the rye chips and Chex Mix, but they're different.
Do you have those at Target?
We sell them at my Target. I bought
A
some
reason
the other day.
for Nick to come to Bloomington.
I bought some the other day, and I'll stockpile them, Nick.
I was
I
gonna
get
say, if I
a
could, dude,
15%, Nick. Do you know how many?
when I go to Seymour, I buy 6 bags every time. $23 on the dot. It's on site. That's why I hardly go to Seymour, because I'd be spending a lot of money.
At least $23.
And I don't want to go to Seymour.
Seymour.
Seymour what?
I mean, once you've seen it,
Seymour! Aurora Borealis. Sorry.
I don't know how to respond to that other than that was funny. But it's kind of a bad name Seymour, because once you see it, you can't see more. There's nothing. There's no.
Could see less. Stop looking at it.
Yeah, that's what I always told myself. Just see less. Instead of
next one.
Next
Do an
one.
interesting work story. You got a different one besides the nice ass guy?
I got one from a different job. I don't think I've ever explained this story before. I might have told you this story. I was working at Menards. I was working at the guest service center, like at the return desk. And it was late at night one time, and this lady got so mad. This old lady got so mad over not being
Did she
able.
work there?
No, she was a customer, I guess. She got so mad over us not being able to help her that she nearly passed out from screaming at us. This woman, context, this woman was a small, frail little woman, maybe not even 5 feet tall, on a rocker, and she got so mad that she nearly passed out. Like, she collapsed to the counter. The whole story is, I was working at the desk by myself, which was normal. Guy comes in, bunch of receipts, a stack of papers for like special order stuff. He's like, listen, man, I need this, and we had this one come in before. We already got returned for this one, and this and that. And I was like, I don't see anywhere in here that indicates what I'm supposed to do for you right now. He's like, I don't know. I'm trying to help my mom. Just help me out, man. I was like, listen, everything that I'm trying here, because I was trying to scan it and everything else, isn't working. So he got mad. Called my manager. She couldn't help any more than I could. He got mad again. Went out. Came back in with this little woman following behind. And we just saw this old little woman walking up. I was like, okay, she's going to talk with us. We'll have to work through her. It's fine. As she went through the door, she's like, I heard her say under her breath. She's walking. She's like, these motherfuckers. I'm going to fucking show them a piece of my mind. I was like, oh, not a nice, sweet lady. She's about to tear into us.
About to roundhouse kick her in the neck.
I thought about it. But she walked up and she said, you motherfuckers owe us $737 fucking dollars and this and that. And we were just taken aback. Like, my manager, she was an excellent, she was this really nice woman. She was just the nicest, most excellent, professional woman.
Fucking stabbed the old lady.
And she just stared at her. We just stared at her. She was just cursing up and down, and we had a counter. Imagine the counter, just here. The lady,
counter's about 4 feet off the ground.
4 feet off the ground.
She's about 4'5".
She had to lift herself up to talk to us.
So
she was a small little person. I mean, she might have just shrunk with age, but yeah, she was just a small person. And she was so mad, holding herself up, that she collapsed. It took us 30 minutes for her to even calm down to figure out what she wanted. And then another 15 minutes of her rambling, and she threatened to not only sue Menards, sue me personally, my manager personally, but also she threatened to call the police for elder abuse for making her stand for that long. So I had to run and get a wheelchair, because Menards has wheelchairs. I had to run and get her one for her to sit in. And she didn't even say thank you. She was still fucking this and that, and you guys fucking owe me this much fucking money. It was
I would have called the cops anyway.
Just because really have a choice.
I would have.
Well,
being the employee, I would have, because for one, she's going to come in there. You guys did what you could with the receipts, right?
It was just a mess of paperwork. Too.
Yeah. So you could have done it?
With what they gave us originally, no. But the other thing was, our general manager that night, she was the only one with the power to figure out exactly what happened. Because what really wound up happening was, this woman, she bought a stove, had the stove delivered to her house. Well, Menards uses a third-party delivery company, so once it's shipped, we have nothing to do with the delivery.
It's on them.
Well, the delivery company fucked up. They cracked the stove. They got it replaced, so they contacted us. We gave them another stove for them, the delivery company, to deliver. They delivered the wrong one, even though we gave them the right one, according to the paperwork. Yeah. They delivered the wrong one, so this woman was so mad she just wanted a complete refund. And that's where the problem came in. It wasn't Menards' fault, it was the delivery company's fault. And so to get the refund from us, we had to get a refund from the delivery company.
Okay.
And it was a rabbit hole of a problem that just ruined my night.
With what they gave you, you couldn't have figured it out except for your general manager, because she had to make the calls and all that stuff.
She had access to the paperwork of that company as well.
Okay.
And it was such a difficult time. We tried to explain it to that woman, and she refused to accept it. It was just a mess.
Well, I have Are you done with your story?
Yeah.
I have 2 stories to tell.
Tell it.
One is from Culver's. Hilarious. Involves my buddy Jordan. And the second one is from Cummins. So we're going to start with the Culver's one just because it's hilarious. So they always say the customer's always right when it comes to food service. I learned at Culver's, that is not the case at all. My owner, the manager, said that all the time. Customer isn't always right when it comes to here. I'm like, huh, that's weird. So this lady comes in, and me and Jordan are on desserts, making all the custard items and all that stuff. And this lady comes in after she, like a sandwich was wrong or something was wrong about her order, right? Yeah. And she comes in, I want a refund. I also want a new sandwich. All this, and this. And everybody stops working and looks because someone coming in screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, like it's a commotion.
And manager comes up. Cheryl comes up. Hated Cheryl. Fucking bitch.
Oh, what a hell.
Yeah, she. Side note, I called in sick one day because I was actually throwing up and stuff, and I emailed her later that day for using my phone. And she said, "There's no way you're sick because if you're sick, you couldn't have emailed me." And I said, "Yeah, because that makes sense, Cheryl." But she comes up. I'm sorry, man. What's going on? She goes. Well, my burger's wrong. It was supposed to have cheese and stuff on it. And she goes, "Can you open it for me?" Because we weren't going to touch her food that she had already taken a bite of and eaten like more than like half of it. And
detail of the story.
Yeah, because after that point, we're not going to remake it because you've already eaten half of it. Get through it. You're an adult. But she's sitting there screaming. She goes, "Man, there is cheese on it." She goes, "Yeah, but there wasn't supposed to be cheese on it." She goes, "You just said there were. There was supposed to be cheese." She goes, "No, you're putting words in my mouth." She goes, "Okay, sorry." Just got rid of that part right there. She goes, "What else is wrong with it?" She goes, "It wasn't supposed to have this stuff on it, or anything like this." And she goes, "Okay, well, we're going to pull up your receipt." So we pulled out a receipt and stuff like that. And when the burger's there, come plain. Cheeseburger comes with nothing on it.
Yeah. You
have to tell them what you want on it. So that means she had told the cashier, "This is what I want on this burger." And now she's screaming about it. And she goes, "Ma'am, that's how we work here. That's how we've always taken orders. We're not going to give you a refund on something that you said you wanted that you don't like. If that's the case, nobody'd make money anyway." And she starts screaming all this stuff. And so we all start going back to work because this chick's retarded. And then she pulls out the dumbest card ever, screaming at the top of her lungs. She goes, "My mother just died." And Jordan goes, "Fuck your mom." I fucking lost it, dude. I'm losing my shit. I'm close to the back. Jordan said, "Man, fuck your mom." And she heard it and she goes, "What, dude?" Dude, I'm fucking losing it, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking losing it.
You're in the back crying with laughter.
Yeah.
Probably.
And then she fucking leaves, dude. And the manager comes back like, "Who said that?" And I was like, She goes, "Was it you?" I said, "Fuck no, it wasn't." She goes, "Jordan." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You can't be saying stuff like that, man." And he goes, "Nah, fuck that bitch."
Were you guys like 17, 18?
We were like 16.
Oh, like even younger.
Like
you guys
freshman.
You guys were
freshman,
little boys,
sophomore year.
little babies.
Hilarious.
That's fucking.
Other things from that. The other owner, Jim Gollenbo, the owner, hate both of them. Fucking like mental or something, dude. Because he'd come back there. I'm sitting there looking at the schedule, and he put me in a fucking chokehold. I'm like, "Jim, get the." He goes, "What, dude? You're a wrestler, right? Come on, man." I'm like, "No, I'm trying to work, dude." And he'd always call me like Nicaragua and stuff like that, right? Like stupid jokes.
That's funny. No, that's just funny.
I come back there one day. I go, "What up, Zimbabwe?" He goes, "Don't fucking call me that. I'm your boss." Like immediately, I'm like, "All right, sorry, my bad, man." And he's trying to be all buddy with me hour later. I said, "Hey, don't call me that. I'm your employee. We're not friends." And he got pissed.
Oh, naturally.
But there's one funny time, man. He's back there like scooping up like mashed potatoes and coleslaw and stuff like that for a dinner plates that we had there. And he had mashed potatoes all inside the coleslaw, like a shit ton of mashed potatoes mixed in the coleslaw for some reason.
All there.
And Jordan goes, "Jim, how'd you get that?" And he goes, "I don't fucking know." And like they were funny. Hated them, but they're funny
for sure.
Now, my story from where I work now. I'm not going to name it. Cummins. But
not the name drop, guys, but this guy works at Cummins.
Yeah, as long as we don't say what plant. No, I'm not going to say it.
I don't know the plant. It's an engine plant.
But I'm the coordinator of my team, which means I'm a team supervisor. I'm like in charge, in quotations there.
That's
in
what's
charge.
up.
I know, but I got a new job though. I'm in a new position that I'm going to enjoy a lot more. But we have rosters for everything. You know, like if you do overtime, we have certain hours. You can do 8, 4, 2. You sign up for those, and you put your name down on the roster, right? Like there's certain order that we have to do things and all that stuff. We also have a forced roster, which means if there's being forced for anything, whether it's to come in and do production, come in and do cleaning on like a day off, or come in early after we've had like 3 days off or something like that for like an early start, or if it's forced to go to a different team.
Yeah.
We have a forced roster. If the word forced is like, hey, you're forced for this day, we do the forced roster every time. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, you're forced to do it.
Yes. So there's a certain order that we go in. You start if it's a brand new roster, you start from the bottom and work your way up. And typically it's like your temporaries, then your newest to the team DWUs. And after the year resets, it's newest to the plant DWUs.
Driving while under
Diesel Workers Union members.
different.
Yeah, DWU members. Driving while
you pissed yourself.
unaroused. No. Driving while urinating. There we go.
Driving while urinating. But nicely done.
We run this roster, right? There's this chick I hate working with. I hate her. Her name's Eva.
Yeah.
Can't stand her. Like, she's the type of person, she loves drama, so if there's not an issue, she creates an issue, and then backs out of it and says she didn't start anything. And then it blows up in her face all the time, and she gets pissed. But, she was forced to come in for an early start one day, or whatever, and she threw this huge fit, and, like, I had a shop steward, people who represent the union, go through it with me, so I'm not doing it wrong, and I even had a manager look at it.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it wrong. She claimed that I was doing it wrong, that I was treating her different than the other people on the team, that she was being punished for taking a vacation and all this stuff, but just stupid stuff trying to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, fine, Eva, I'll talk to the manager about it. And the manager came down and said, no, he did it all completely right. He's not in the wrong and all this stuff, and then she tried to play the victim card.
Yeah.
Well, why? I'm trying to do this thing for my church and all this stuff, and he goes, if Nick's the type of guy, if you would have communicated that with him, he would have came in and done it. And I would have. Because, I don't have any kids. I live by myself. My girlfriend's at school.
Yeah.
Why not make more money?
Yeah.
But she starts throwing this fit, man, like this huge temper tantrum. As a 51-year-old throwing a temper tantrum.
Grown woman.
I want my way. I want my way. Never got it. She got pissed.
Just like that, didn't she?
Yeah. She got pissed. And it's just aggravating because even she had the audacity to walk up to me. I wasn't sure if you're doing it right and all this stuff. I said, Eva, when I went and did this, I did it with the shop steward to make sure I was doing it right, and I went over it with the manager to make sure I was doing it right, so this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going to argue with you about something that you... And she had stated, I don't know how it works, so I was just kind of confused. I'm like, I'm not going to argue with someone who doesn't know how something works. I go, because there's no point, because you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. I said, I'm not going to explain it to you. I tried. You still got mad at me, so you're going to talk to the manager. I'm not going to deal with you. I said, if it's about our job and work that we have to do, I will help you. I said, but from now on, do not speak to me, please. And she still tries to talk to me every day. That pisses me off. But that's a
work story.
Yeah. But I am getting a new job, though. I'm going to repair, which means I'm just going to replace shit on engines and fix them.
Nice.
For 50 cents less, but I get to do what I want, pretty much. As in, like, I have a manager, but he's like, I only help you guys if you say you need help. Nice. Otherwise, you guys do what you want. You're on your own. And they buy us Texas Roadhouse every other night. I'm going to be driving fork trucks and all, or forklifts for you white-collar folks. Us blue-collar boys. Call them fork trucks.
I'm red-collared. I work at Target. We try to wear red shirts.
I hate you.
And that puts us over the hour mark. Nick, how much longer are we looking to...
I don't know. If you want to stop now, we can, or we just hang out for another, I don't know.
Shit. We could just call it a day. There's no harm in just having a conversation without the camera rolling.
True.
I think an hour 20 is definitely the maximum-ish, I'd say, of what we want to use for our podcast.
Okay.
And I don't have anything specific I want to say at this point, so I think right now would be a As good of a time,
Good time to go.
Yeah.
Put my apartment back the way it was.
Put your apartment back the way it was. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Lighthearted Banter podcast. I hope you've all enjoyed listening to myself, Peyton Pike, and my colleague,
You say my name.
Nick Tungate.
Say my name.
You goddamn right. As we've discussed everything from, I don't know, work to superpowers, I think.
From superpowers to work stories to stupid questions in 5 seconds to answer.
Stupid questions.
We're going to try to get better on consistency between conversation topics.
And when we're going to record our videos.
Probably going to be next week. Every Monday. Don't work any Monday.
Every Monday or maybe every other. Maybe we'll make a video in between podcasts.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Monday.
We'll figure it out. You guys will be hearing from us shortly.
Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your people that you don't like.
And listen.
Leave a comment below if you want us to talk about something.
We'll talk about anything you want to.
We'll talk about anything.
I'm not. That's going to be our slogan.
As long as you don't get mad at us, fuck it. I don't even care about that. Get over it. You're an adult.
We're all adults. We're not going to do anything outwardly hateful or mean. not to like other people.
Yeah, not purposely.
Like,
not purposely.
Not to maybe to each other.
I'm not gonna say something hoping that it's gonna offend somebody, but if it does, it does. Get over it.
I mean, she wasn't that hot. Like
no.
It's a reference to that joke. You guys wouldn't understand.
Okay, I don't understand.
Hey,
but that's
you.
it.
This is it. This is the end of the podcast.
This is it.
Yay, podcast. And that's a wrap, guys.
Shouldn't have said anything.